In your pocket right now, in a jar of loose change, piece of American history you've probably never truly appreciated. The year 2000 may seem recent, but to collectors and historians alike, the $quarter coins minted that year tell stories of culture, design, politics, and sometimes astonishing value far beyond their face value of 25 cents. Today we unravel the myths and reveal the truth behind the 2000 Liberty quarter dollars, and explore how certain examples have gone on to fetch impressive sums at auctions in recent years. Before we dive into the year 2000, let's clarify a term often tossed around by collectors and enthusiasts: the Liberty quarter dollar. The quarter has long been a symbol of American identity, with the word liberty often appearing on the obverse front of the coin, a reminder of the nation's foundational values. While collectors sometimes call coins from this era Liberty quarters, officially these are United States Washington State Quarters, part of the 50 State Quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008. Millions of these coins were released into everyday circulation, meaning most of us may have handled one without ever knowing its story. In the year 2000, 5 states were featured in the State Quarters program, and Massachusetts, celebrating the settlers landing at Plymouth and the iconic codfish, and Maryland, featuring the Calvert and Crossland arms, nodding to the state's colonial heritage, a South Carolina, with the palmetto tree and crescent, symbols of its Revolutionary War history, and New Hampshire, depicting the historic old man of the mountain rock formation, a Virginia, featuring warrior and virtues, a powerful image tied to the state's revolutionary spirit. Each of these quarters carries liberty-centric symbolism, both visually and conceptually, and collectively represents a snapshot of America's rich and varied identity at the turn of the millennium. Let's examine briefly what these designs represent. Massachusetts, 2000 p. The Plymouth Rock and Pilgrim's Proclamation of Liberty emphasized the state's foundational role in early American settlement. Maryland, 2000 d. The heraldic shield connects to the founding Calvert family and underscores aspirations of freedom and governance. South Carolina, 2000 p. Its crescent and palmetto tree symbolize defense and resilience. Remember, the palmetto is tied to the Revolutionary defense on Sullivan's Island. New Hampshire, 2000 d. The Old Man of the Mountain embodied rugged independence, a natural monument beloved by locals for generations. Virginia, 2000 p. The depiction of virtues confronting tyranny harks back to the state's revolutionary heritage, a literal stand against oppression. Though these coins were produced for everyday use, their designs are richly symbolic, capturing ideals of liberty, perseverance, and identity. Now let's dive into the myths, the stories that have circulated online, in collector circles, and across social media. Error 1. All 2000 quarters are valuable. This is perhaps the most common misconception. The truth? Most 2000 quarters, even in uncirculated condition, are still worth face value or only a few dollars at most. A typical circulated 2000 quarter is still usually valued at just 25 cents, and even uncirculated pieces often fetch only minor premiums. MH2. Some quarters from 2000 sell for tens of thousands. While rare auction outcomes can sound dramatic, context matters. Coins that sell for significant sums are usually at extreme mint state grades or have rare die varieties, things like doubled dies, errors, or proof-like surfaces that are exceptionally well preserved. But for the average collector holding a coin from change, the likelihood of finding such a rarity is exceedingly low. Myth 3. You need to check every coin in your pocket. They could be worth big money. This myth spreads, especially around quarters from the late 1990s and early 2000s, including the year 2000. Yes, there are coins worth much more than face value, but most are graded professional mint states, often MS67 or above, and usually come from original mint sets or certified rolls, not everyday circulation. Most everyday coins simply don't have the rigorous preservation needed to command huge auction prices. Now for the part everyone loves: real auction results and genuine collector values. 1. High-grade state quarters. according to specialized coin value trackers and recent auction data. A 2000p Massachusetts State Quarter, graded MS69, has sold for around $3,760 at auction in recent years, a remarkable sum compared to face value. A 2000p South Carolina Quarter graded MS69 has sold for about $3,525. Or other state quarters, even at MS65, can fetch several hundred to over $1,000 depending on state and condition. These examples tell us two things. 1. Condition matters immensely. A coin that looks almost perfect, with full detail and no visible wear, is far more valuable than one that's scratched and dull. 2. Collectors prize perfection. Graded coins are rare. Only a tiny percentage ever achieve top grades. So how do you tell if your quarter might be worth more than 25 cents? Here are key factors experts look at. 1. Mint. Coins are graded on the MS scale, mint state, from MS60 to MS70. The higher the grade, the closer the coin is to perfect condition. 2. Strike quality. Coins with sharp, clear details, especially on the lettering and imagery, tend to be more valuable. 3. Proof versus business strike. Proof coins, often from special sets, have mirror-like surfaces and usually command premiums. 4. Errors and varieties. While rare in state quarters compared to dollar coins, certain die errors or oddities can elevate value. While rare valuable quarters do exist, remember, the odds of finding one in everyday change are slim, but not impossible. Let's talk about some fascinating stories that fuel the collector community. While not specific to the 2000 state quarters we focused on, error coins from the year 2000 do exist in other denominations. For example, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar, minted alongside the state quarters, has produced some truly remarkable rarities due to minting mistakes known as mules. A mule occurs when a coin is struck with mismatched dies, for instance, the front, obverse, die of one coin type and the back, reverse, die of another. In 2000, a few Sacagawea dollars were struck, with the front of a Washington quarter and the back of a Sacagawea design, a mix that was never intended by the US Mint. These rarities, when authenticated and graded, have gone on to sell for astonishing sums, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars at auction. And while this doesn't directly apply to the standard 2000 quarters, it illustrates the energy and passion behind coin collecting, where even a tiny minting glitch can turn everyday metal into prized treasure. At its core, coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about history, art, culture, and the stories that these small metal discs carry through time. A 2000 quarter isn't just a piece of spare change. It's a window into the artistic choices of designers, the cultural themes of a state, the technological processes of the US Mint, and the dreams of millions who once held it in their hands. Collectors often speak fondly of the thrill of discovery, the moment you turn a coin over and realize its detail, age, or rarity is special. So the next time you empty your pockets and hear that familiar jingle of coins, don't toss them aside without a glance. Most 2000 quarters are worth their 25 cents, but some, in exceptional condition, have gone on to sell for hundreds, thousands, or even more at auction. Remember, condition is king. Rare varieties exist but are exceedingly uncommon. Myths spread fast, facts matter. The history beneath your fingertips is priceless. And who knows, maybe the next treasure you uncover is sitting quietly in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 2000 Liberty quarter dollar coins, hit that like button. Subscribe for more numismatic stories. And let us know in the comments. Have you ever found a coin worth more than its face value? We'd love to hear your story. It's just 25 cents. A quarter you spend at the grocery, the gas station, or the arcade. But in the world of coins, even the most ordinary pieces can hide extraordinary stories, myths, and sometimes value that far exceeds their face worth. Today, we dive deep into the 2018 Liberty quarter dollar, a coin that's more than pocket change. We've all seen it, the quarter, Washington's profile staring back at us, the familiar ridged edge, the smooth heft in your hand. But what many don't realize is that the modern quarter is a legacy shaped by centuries of American history. From the 1792 Coinage Act that authorized the nation's first coins to the evolving emblem of liberty on each piece, the idea of liberty on US coins wasn't just decoration. It was national identity. Liberty, as a symbol, has appeared on countless US coins, from silver dollars to early quarters, often portrayed as a woman representing freedom, resilience, and the spirit of the young republic. But by 2018, the face of the quarter had settled into something very familiar. Since 1932, the obverse of every quarter has featured George Washington, a design that became almost synonymous with the coin itself. In 2010, the US Mint embarked on a new journey, the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This was the next evolution after the States Quarter series, and it aimed to capture America's stunning natural parks, historic sites, and cultural treasures, one quarter at a time. Each year, 5 new designs were released, celebrating places from every corner of the United States, and in 2018, 5 remarkable parks were honored. The 2018 America the Beautiful Quarters don't just tell a story, they're miniature postcards of America's national heritage. Among the 2018 designs were a pictured rocks National Lakeshore, vivid sandstone cliffs on Lake Superior, a Repulsal Islands National Lakeshore, sea caves and rugged shoreline, a Voyageurs National Park, forests and waterways in Minnesota, a Block Island National Wildlife Refuge, coastal haven in Rhode Island, a Cumberland Island National Seashore, wild horses and pristine beaches in Georgia. These weren't just random scenes. Each reverse design was art, meant to connect everyday Americans with extraordinary places. Let's zoom in on one of the most beloved 2018 designs, Cumberland Island National Seashore. The reverse features a pair of wild horses striding across sandy dunes, a tribute to the island's untamed beauty. This quarter was minted in Philadelphia, marked with a P, and released into everyday circulation. Yet it captured the hearts of collectors because it felt iconic, like a symbol of freedom itself. Now, as with any modern coin series, myths quickly grew up around these pieces. Some collectors started whispering about hidden errors, rare varieties, and massive value waiting to be discovered. Myth number 1, the 2018 quarter is worth tons of money. It's one of the most common misconceptions. The truth is, the circulated 2018 quarters are usually only worth face value, 25 cents. But here's where it gets interesting. While most 2018 quarters are still pocket change, a handful can be worth significantly more, depending on condition and rarity. High-grade collectibles, coins graded in high, mint state numbers, especially MS-67 or MS-68, can be worth hundreds or even thousands. A 2018D Block Island MS-68, up to $2,500. A 2018D Cumberland Island MS-68, up to $2,900. A 2018D Voyageurs MS-68, up to $1,495. These coins don't become valuable because of superstition. Their scarcity in high condition and collector demand drive the price. Beyond circulation strikes, there are proof coins, silver proof issues, and uncirculated sets that carry special appeal. These are typically released directly in mint sets and never enter everyday use. Collectors seek these because they have crisp designs, deep mirrors, and sometimes different metal compositions. A silver proof versions, composed of 90% silver and often 10x face value or more. A silver reverse proof issues, dramatic, artistic coins prized by advanced collectors. Every new coin series brings rumors that error coins, misprints, or die mistakes are sitting in rolls waiting to be found. But the 2018 America the Beautiful Quarters have no widely certified dramatic error that commands massive premiums. That said, if you ever think you found a true error, don't rely on hearsay. Get it professionally graded and authenticated. That's the only way to determine if your coin is legitimately rare. On the auction block, it's not the date that makes the coin, it's the story collectors tell about it. High-grade 2018 quarters have indeed sold for noteworthy prices, but these are exceptions, not the rule. And while mainstream auction headlines might trumpet rare quarter sells for big money, you'll often find the truth is tied to condition, certification, not some hidden factory secret. So how do you separate ordinary change from potential treasure? Checklist for collectors. 1. Mint mark. P, D, or S tells where it was minted. 2. Condition grade. Sharp detail. No wear. Strong luster. 3. Proof versus circulation. Proof coins and special releases are more collectible. 4. Certification. Graded by PCGS, NGC, or Annax carries higher trust. It's not fortune in your pocket, but it could be a tiny window into numismatic value. Coins aren't just metal discs, they're time capsules. A quarter that traveled through hands, across states, and into history connects us to something bigger, America's story. The 2018 Liberty Quarter Series, with its parks and scenic imagery, does more than commemorate. It reminds us of pride, heritage, and beauty right in our wallets. So is the 2018 Liberty Quarter a mythic treasure? Not in the fairy tale sense. Most are still 25 cents, but some, in pristine, graded conditions, are worth far more, and that's real value rooted in history and collector passion. Whether you're a casual viewer who found one in your change, or a seasoned collector seeking the next great piece, the 2018 Quarter Series is a beautiful chapter in America's coinage story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into coin history and value, hit like, subscribe, and explore the stories hiding in your change.